Abc's weather forecast.
Hey, good evening to you. Very enjoyable out there as we make our way into the evening hours. We've been trying to get a few isolated sprinkles to bubble up, but just hasn't been much success to the development of those. So I think we're mainly dry as the atmosphere is well capped here. So warm, hazy sunshine, temperature right now 75 degrees. Winds out of the west and northwest at 9 miles an hour. Those will become light and variable overnight. And overnight, we expect relatively mild weather, partly cloudy. Lows will be in the mid-50s. And then through the day tomorrow, 69 is like a big lie because it's going to occur like late morning, right around lunchtime, and then the numbers will be dropping through the course of the day. So temperatures nosedive in the afternoon as a cold front comes through with a round of downpours and a few thunderstorms developing as winds shift into the north and west and usher in some much cooler weather. 75 now in Utica, 79 right now in Syracuse, mid-70s in Albany. Binghamton checks in at 74 this evening, 77 in Buffalo and over towards Cleveland and Detroit. Visible satellite imagery shows those puffy fair weather clouds billowing up in the afternoon. Again, a few of those were trying to grow into a few sprinkles, but again, with the subsidence of the atmosphere, high pressure sinking air, it just has not been successful. So as we'll go through the overnight with a partly cloudy sky, we'll show you this on Futurecast. This a little overdone, but yeah, maybe a sprinkle briefly this evening. They go away, partly cloudy overnight, mid-50s the low. So a topsy-turvy Wednesday. Starts out mild, some breaks of hazy sun, but off to the north, a cold front lurks, and that front will be pushing south through the course of the day. Right there, we get a round of downpours and storms, and then once that front shifts to the south, winds will start to usher in from the north, and that will drive the temperatures lower, but will clear the sky out here by Thursday. Looks really nice, just going to be much cooler. So we're watching this hybrid tropical system just off the coast of North Carolina, some moisture gathering along the southeast coast. I show you this because this still is lurking for the Memorial Day weekend. But based on everything I'm seeing right now, strong high pressure will keep that area low pressure down to the south. But because it's in our meteorological neighborhood, I get nervous. So how far north does this low make it? Unfortunately, Virginia, western North Carolina, not going to be a great weekend, but so far so good for us. We'll keep a close eye on that system, though, so we may update the forecast, but right now I'm holding true, man. Look at that. Saturday, sunny and awesome, 75. Actually gets warmer around here. Sunday, Monday for Memorial Day, low 80s with mainly dry weather. So tomorrow, upper 60s to near 70 just prior to lunchtime, downpours and storms by the afternoon, and temperatures dropping to the 50s by the evening. Much cooler, but bright, nice Thursday, 63, awesome weather Friday, and right now the weekend looks okay. So far so good, and it starts to warm up. May get a little sticky around here. Into early next week as highs get into the 80s.
They do say it's the unofficial start to summer, so I guess that humidity makes sense.
Yeah, right on time.
Sure is. Thanks, Greg.
Yep.
Let's take a look at what's coming up on News Nation.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
All right, what's going on, Central New York? Good evening to you as we get you up to date with the forecast. Nice night out there as we do have a mainly clear sky right now. But clouds are going to be on the increase as we go through the day on Wednesday, and there's going to be some changeable weather moving in for Wednesday. So tonight, it is a nice night out there, partly cloudy, mild, mellow overnight, light winds, temperatures mid-50s. And that's pretty much where we're at now. So 58 here, Utica, 64 in Q65. You make your way down towards Binghamton, over to Albany, up I-88. 53 right now in Boston. 65 in Buffalo, near 70 still Cleveland, and 66 right now in Detroit. All right, let's jump right into Futurecast. So through the overnight, just partly cloudy sky, and then through the day on Wednesday, here comes this line of showers moving in. I think how Wednesday works is it starts out with some breaks of hazy sun in the morning. It's mild in the morning as well. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 60s to near 70. That's through roughly lunchtime, and then the numbers start to drop off as that cold front slides south, so northwesterly winds will pick up. So say by like dinner time tomorrow, it's like the upper 50s. So that's what I mean about changeable weather. There's what we call hybrid area of low pressure off the North Carolina coast, meaning this isn't exactly tropical in nature, but it kind of resembles it a little bit. Why am I pointing this out? Because I think this is going to have something to say for Memorial Day weekend. I still think the vast majority of the wet weather associated with this system will remain to the south. So here's the way it looks right now. Strong high pressure off to the north should keep this area of low pressure at bay over western North Carolina, West Virginia, eastern Kentucky. That's where it looks like it will be wet. But with this high over top of us, I don't think this makes it much more to the north. That's the $64,000 question. And because it's in our meteorological neighborhood, it just makes me a little nervous. For now, I still think we're going to be mainly dry and rain-free as we head into the Memorial Day weekend. So take these numbers with a grain of salt, okay? These are probably going to occur, say, just prior to lunch or right around lunchtime. Notice off to the north, you see those blues? That's some cooler air. Once that north wind kicks up, the numbers will be dropping. Tonight we're in the mid-50s, a couple clouds out there, nice calm wind. Temperature right now of 58. Probably don't drop too much more, so figure like mid-50s for lows. And then tomorrow, again, it's a late morning, midday high of 69 or 70. Then showers, maybe even a few rumbles of thunder. Temperatures are dropping, probably about 10 degrees cooler by dinner time. Could be some patchy frost tomorrow night as the sky clears out. Fresh, cool Thursday, sunny, 63. Again, maybe some patchy frost Thursday night into Friday. More sunshine, 67 Friday. And right now, like I said, I don't think that system's really going to have much to say about our weather here locally over the Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to keep my eye on it, but right now it looks pretty good. Temperatures warming up. Look at that. Low and mid-80s.
Beautiful. By
next week. Along with that will come a little bit more humidity, so might be sweating it out a little bit next week.
Gotta stock up on the hairspray.
That's right. I'll work on that hairspray forecast for you.
Please do. Thanks, Craig. Yep. When we come back, the Utica Comets making more moves for
Eyewitness Weather Forecast.
Hey, good evening to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint. So, promised you some great weather going into the break. One little hiccup, though, and that's tomorrow. So, it's kind of a weird day. Wednesdays are weird anyway, right? I don't know. Hey, it starts out like mid-upper 50s, and we're going to get into the mid-upper 60s, say, like around lunchtime. So at the bus stop tomorrow morning, clouds are going to be increasing, but 57. And numbers tonight are hanging in the 50s with a mainly clear sky overhead. 59. So still fairly mild out there. Winds are pretty soft. So we're going to end up in the mid-50s, crescent moon. And relatively mild overnight. So I mentioned how Wednesday's kind of this topsy-turvy weird day because it starts out in the 50s, we get into the upper 60s to near 70 around lunchtime. Numbers drop from there as some showers develop. So temperatures will take a nosedive into tomorrow afternoon. 59 right now, 65 in Syracuse, 63 Binghamton, Buffalo as well, 62 in Albany. So let's time this out on Futurecast. We go through tonight with a mainly clear to partly cloudy sky. And we start out with some breaks of hazy sun in the morning, and then we'll notice the clouds start to increase through the course of the morning. And then right there, we have this round of wet weather that's going to come moving on through. That's with the cold front. So out ahead of that, we're going to get into the upper 60s to near 70 just prior to lunchtime. Once the front goes by to the south, winds will shift in from the north, and that's going to drive in some cooler air. So While we will be in the upper 60s to near 70 around lunchtime, by dinner time it's more like the 50s. But notice the sky clears out, and that should set us up for a pretty good look in Thursday, albeit a fresh and cool Thursday. Temperatures only in the low 60s. All right, so there's this thing down here. So what we call a hybrid tropical low, meaning that it has tropical characteristics, but it's not technically a tropical system. Just kind of acts like it. And there's a bunch of reasons why, which I won't get into. Anyway, we're watching this because this might have some impacts to the Memorial Day weekend. By the way, hurricane season's just like, what is it, 10, 11 days away? So we're going to keep a close eye on this system, and here's why. Because a piece of that is actually going to go west and build into the Western Carolinas as we go into the weekend. But I think our setup here, high pressure, will keep most of the majority of that system down to the south. But you can see it's kind of languishing here. And the question is how far north does this get? Because it's nearby, it does make me a little nervous. But right now, I think the way the holiday weekend shapes up is pretty good. I think it'll turn warmer. Should be a good deal of sunshine. We'll keep an eye on that system. Again, it's nearby to the south. I mean, I know it's like in western North Carolina, and you're like, Craig, what are you talking about nearby? It's not nearby. In meteorology, it is. So we'll keep an eye on it. For now, I think we're in good shape for the holiday weekend as temperatures warm up. We'll get some wet weather tomorrow. Temperatures will crash in the afternoon. And there's that fresh, cooler Thursday, 63. By the way, could be some patchy frost tomorrow night and Thursday night with temperatures in the 30s. Awesome weather Friday. And again, mainly dry the way it looks right now into the holiday weekend as temperatures start to warm up. Feeling summery. By the time we get to mid next week, a little bit more humidity and highs into the low and mid 80s.
All right, thanks, Greg. We will be right back with some more Eyewitness News. Stay with us.